Good morning, everybody. I'm Susan Jane, and this is our weekly reading. Now, I didn't get to you last week because I was in Melbourne, and I have to be honest, I'm still feeling a little bit exhausted today. Had a good night's sleep, thank goodness, and feeling brighter. But wow, what a big week, huge. And it brought up a lot of things that I wanted to look at, having that week away from the business as well. And I do put a lot of time into the business. Having that week away has also made me look different at it. I'm looking at things slightly different. I want to streamline, and to do so, I need to be more mindful about what I want to present and where I'm going with it. So, hey Sal, how you going? You're gonna be on this today. If you can stay, that's great. If you can't, I get that. I understand that. Life is very busy. But anyway, I'm just sort of going, I want to streamline. I want to go back to basics. And one of the things that I did when I was developing my intuition was obviously the flowers, which, goes by the book. I've created the book. So I'm actually going to go back into doing more flower readings. Now, I bought a flower deck and got that home, opened it up, and look, they're beautiful flower cards. They're gorgeous cards, but they're so flimsy. Like they just don't feel right. So I'm going to create my own cards, but that's further along down the track. Today, I'm still going to go back with these cards, but I want to do an overall arching. Now, flowers and flower readings, how I have put them together, is all about our goals, how we can achieve our goals. When you think about a flower, the whole goal is to actually pollinate so it can produce more and keep on moving. So I look at flowers as our goals in life. Now, when we start to choose a flower, we can do live flower readings, obviously, but with the day and how things are now, flower images are so much better. Oh, I shouldn't say so much better, but easier when we're working overseas and stuff. So I'll just share this screen with you. I have got over 100 flowers these are pictures that I have personally taken. They were part of the book, but I've put them all together there. Now there's lots of them. And the whole idea is that you don't actually choose a flower, you intuitively choose a number. Now, there's 100 flowers there. I'm going to grow them. There's going to be more of them. But at this stage, I want you to choose a number between 1 and 100. And that is going to be, don't choose it yet, that is going to be what your goal is for this week, to achieve this week. And I want to see if we can get some work happening here. So I want you to focus on your goal this week. And then I want you to choose a number, that intuitively picking a number, and I will bring that flower up and show you what it's all about for you this week. So that's, instead of a card reading, we're going to do that. Now, the other aspect I wanted to look at is, so we look at general, what generally we want to achieve. Oh, Sandy. Okay, Sandy, you're already in there. So what am I doing there? What we generally want to achieve for the week, and this is for a general all over, right? So I've got this random picker, and as you can see, it's between the numbers 1 and 100, and it just generally picks a number. So I'm going to do that, and we'll bring that flower up, and that's our overall flower image for this week, how we can achieve it. So the number is 81. I will bring up card picture number 81. Where is that? There. Okay. And I will share this screen. I will share you this picture. Share you that picture. So this is card number 81. Okay, that is what we've got. I'll go down there and put that there. And for some reason, of all of them, this was one of the original ones I did when I was doing Intuitive Flowers, and that website is not there anymore. But anyway, it's not about the website. This is about our flower image for this week. And when we start to look at this flower image, the first thing we see was, obviously it's a red rose. Now, we can look at it as a red rose and we can read what a red rose is. But because it's all about developing our intuition, there's other areas that we need to look at. Now, I would look at this as this week, it's a very, very determined, you've got a very, very strong focus on what you need to do to achieve that goal. So we need to have that strong focus on what we can do to achieve that goal. The whole idea with this one, it's very clear, it's very precise, and it is a bud. It's not a full open flower, which means the goal isn't going to be reached this week. It is part of a stepping stone that we've got. So one of the small steps that we can take to achieve our goal, and that's what we've got to look at. It's got to be really, really clear and crisp. Now, you've got a few guides in this one. Actually, you've got the shape of the guides, which is the leaves, are quite long, elongated. So we're looking at more of a masculine help in that sort of context. So those guides are going to be masculine, not necessarily men, but masculine in their behavior. When we're looking at that, when we're getting that understanding, we start to go, well, it is somebody who's going to be a little bit more direct for us, a little bit more clear and precise for us. They're going to sort of not give you this soft, nurturing guidance. It's going to be more of a direct, do this, do that type of guidance. And they are of the physical nature. So it's not spiritual guidance you're going to be getting in this context that is very, very direct. It's more of that physical guidance. So look out for those friends that are helpful this week in giving you clearer directions on where you need to go or clearer understandings. Now, you don't have to follow everything they do, but you do need to be more mindful of it and sort of go, okay, I got that piece of information. Somebody said that, or I saw that on YouTube, or I saw that on Facebook. That sort of resonates with me. I'm going to go with that. So this week, the strongest thing this week is also the other thing I want to actually bring forward, because that's really jumping into me now, making itself quite well known, is that you're very, very protected in this particular task this week. Whatever that goal is, you are very much protected. If you are stepping out of your comfort zone, you are protected. But follow that masculine guidance. So if somebody's saying to you, oh, you know what, really, you should do this, or try looking at this way, be mindful, open your mind to that and have an understanding of that. So that is what this week is about for all of us. Now, Sal, I'm not too sure if you're still there, but you didn't put a number in, and that's okay. I'll do a random pick for you. But what I will now do is come back to me. I'm going to go to Sandy now, because Sandy's picked number 48. Let's see what number 48 is. There it is there. I will share that with you, Sandy, so you can see exactly what your flower image is for this week. Now, again, oops, did I do it? Yeah. I'm still getting used to all these buttons. It's a bit hard to see. Hang on, see if I can open this flower image up for you. Is that better? Oh, yeah, that's better. Like this beautiful yellow rhododendron. And the first thing I say with this one is what your goal is this week. You need support and help from like-minded people. Now, when I say like-minded people, I would actually be going almost family members as well. Have you got family members or those that are really close to you that will be able to help you and support you? Because your goal is actually similar to their goal, and it's showing us having that cluster of flowers. And yellow, of course, I see yellow as joy, although that's got a deeper orangey tones to it. So it's going a little bit more spiritual, a little bit more in depth. Hey, Michelle. So pick a number, Michelle, between 1 and 100, and I'll give you a quick reading. Now, so with yours, Sandy, we're looking at, for you to get through this week, get support from those around you. Get support, especially very, very close people that are around you close, or people that are like-minded that are around you close. Not necessarily just from any randoms. I don't want any randoms. It's got to be somebody that you hold in high regards to who you are, what you do, and your goal for this week. If you put down, say, 48 relationship, I would really focus on that relationship going, you would need to be with like-minded people. If you had 48 business or money or finances, then I would be saying that's what you've got to focus on, that financial aspect of those people around you. So when we get an understanding of what the goal is, it makes it a little bit clearer as you know to go forward. But for yours, Sandy, it's all about getting that support from like-minded people that are really close to you, and even family. If family are who you'll go to, I would suggest family is there. Your task for this week, your goal for this week is very, very open. It's very, very heart-centered, but you do need that support from everyone around you. So, hey, Aaron, if you want to put down a number, you can get a reading. So the next one is Michelle. I've still got to do Sally. I haven't done Sally yet. I will stop sharing that one. Michelle has put down 27. Now, 27, with the number between 1 and 100. This is yours, Michelle. Let me share this screen with you, this window with you. Here is yours. Now, this is your task for the week. So when we're looking at goals, flowers are our goals in life. We look at how we can achieve our goals for this week. Now, again, yours is similar to Sandy's, where Sandy's was a single stem, so they're all on the same path and they're all on the same journey to get that goal. Yours are multiple stem. And it is the same family again, because you've got all the same flowers in that picture. So for you to achieve your goal, you need to have family close by. You need to have all those family members all the way around you. Now, those family members are going to be very, we look at the yellow, they're going to be very joyous, going to be very bright and bubbly. And there's going to be a lot of that purple. When we start to look at the purple, we look at the more of the depth in it, more of that spirituality side of it, more of actually even finances. It's purple is quite a majestic sort of a color. A lot of kings and queens and the royal families went into the purple, the colors of purple. So for you to achieve your goal, and if your goal was, say, money, then I'd say you need lots of family support around you, and the individual family supports are not all the same. They're all got their different mindsets and different aspects. If yours was a relationship or type of goal, then I would say seek some information from the other friends around you. Now, you have got a lot of guides there. There's a lot of green there as far as the leaves go. They're not real clear. There's only one really clear one, which is right down the bottom here. So you are getting a bit of guide, and we look at that shape of it. It's elongated. So it's telling us that it's more of a masculine type of guide that you need to have. And when we talk masculine, it's not necessarily male. It's more direct. It's more, when we look at masculine and feminine behaviors, a female can still have those masculine behaviors and males can still have those feminine behaviors. So we're talking about a masculine. It is down low, which means it is of the physical nature. If you had more green up here, you have got a little bit, but a little bit more clearer, it would be more of a spiritual nature. So for yours, Michelle, to get through your week and achieve your goals, you've got two big main goals in the front, but you have got lots of goals. You look at all those flowers. You've got lots of goals, but these are your two main goals. And I would say they've got to do a little bit of a lot of happiness, a lot of excitement. There's lots of little beautiful little flowers that are popping up everywhere. There's a bit of darkness as you go into the center, which is sort of suggesting that it's going to get a little, when you get into this that heart area, it's going to be not dark but deep. I see, because darkness or black or the dark color tends to represent that depth. So there's going to be a little bit more depth as we get into the heart center. So that is how you're going to achieve your goals today. Just hang around with all those others, people or the flowers that are popping up all over the place. So that is definitely yours. No worries, Sandy. Thank you. So that's yours, Michelle. Aaron, so you've got number 24. Let's have a look at your number. Where are we? 24. Oh, yours is actually very similar to what we just had. Right. Now, intuitively, you have chosen this number because this is what you need to see. Very similar, isn't it? Slightly different, but a very, very similar concept. So for you, Aaron, to achieve your goal, no worries, Michelle, thank you. Aaron, for you to achieve your goals for this week, you have got a bit of support here. So we start looking at, say, these leaves here. Again, they're a masculine, and there's quite a few of them around. You've even got some in this more of the spiritual realm, higher up, but a lot of them in that physical realm. So you've got guides there that you need to, oh, no, I shouldn't say you need to. I hate saying things like that, and I don't like saying hate. be mindful of checking out what other people are saying. Now, these people are connected to you. So you think that the leaves are connected to you. So they're people that represent how you're feeling or have an understanding of the tasks or the journey or the goals that you want to achieve. Now, in this, there's two big goals that you want to achieve this week. The second one is shadowed by the first one. So even if you can focus on the first one, that is lovely. But when we look at the second one, the way the camera has caught it, it's actually crisper and clearer. So see these little lines that come in to the center, to the center of your goal? Those little lines are like, if you can imagine, they're like landing paths for the bugs, for the butterflies, for the bees. It's like almost like that landing path. And when we look at the petals are attraction. So to attract what you need for your goals this week, we're suggesting it needs to be very, very spiritually minded. So you've got that overarching spirit on that big main one, and it still has to be joyous. So it's got to represent who you are and what you're doing. Now, these little dark tracks are going to be deeper meanings and deeper understanding. So say you're attracting somebody like this, for example. So say you've just jumped on here, some sort of random Sheila on Facebook, and you're starting to get a deeper understanding. So there's these little tracks to say it's a deeper understanding of where you're going, to your heart center, to where that center is, to where your goal is. Now, when we look at these little flowers, there's not a big heart center in it. Okay. So the task or the goals for this week for you are not, they're more of a, I need to get this done type of attitude rather than this makes my heart sing. The attraction of it makes your heart sing, makes you gay, makes you joyful. Gay is yellow, joyful. But there's not really the sustenance in it. It's not the be all and end all. So if you chose this particular flower for an actual long-term goal, say that was a relationship goal or a money goal, I would say you wouldn't have your heart in it. But as it's a weekly goal, you don't need to have your heart in it. You just need to be focused. So get those lines working and make sure you're focusing on what you need to do to get to where you need to be. So that's what yours is. So one big goal for this week, focus on that one. And the other one will come through. It will be coming through under the shadows. It will still be there. You will still be achieving it. So it's almost like this is your main goal, and part of that's going to help with this other side to it. Okay, so that is yours, Aaron. Now I need to do Michelle's. Sally hasn't given me a number. So she hasn't given me a number. So I'm going to do a random, hang on, I better stop sharing that screen. So I'm going to do another one of these random, oh, hang on. She may have sent a message too. I'm going to do another random choice for her. So, yep, okay. So that's working. So Sally hasn't done a number. She hasn't given me a number. Thanks, Aaron. No worries. Have a great day. So this is Sally's number for her goal, number 29. All right. So Sal, you're number 29. So we have to pick a number between 1 and 100. And I've got all these flower images. Let me show. I've got all these flower images there between 1 and 100. Where's Sal's 29? Ah, this one. This is one of my favorite flowers. Again, these pictures, I think nearly all of these pictures are ones that I took ready to do my flower book, my book on intuitive flowers. I chose these because I wanted to highlight different areas of our goals and our aspects. So, of course, we look at the petals, which are petals of attraction. We look at the stem, which is your journey and your path. The leaves are your goal, are your guides in life. When I look at this flower image for Sally, now this is Sally's, and this is an understanding of her goal for the week. So Sally, your goal for the week is actually, when we look at that flower, it's actually pointing to the past, but a spiritual aspect of the past. So I would say to you for this one, it's coming through that you need to be looking back in what you used to do in your past in a spiritual aspect in order to achieve your goal this week. Okay. Now, I don't know what your goal is this week. If I have somebody has written a relationship or finances, or I've got this event I'm going to do, I can hone in on exactly where we're going with it. But as this is a general reading, all I can do is say to you, look back at your spiritual past to get an understanding of how you can achieve that goal. Now, this goal that you've got, it's got a huge heart center. The attraction, like we've got petals missing. So the attraction isn't that important. What is important is that huge heart center. And everything you do for this goal has to resonate really well with your heart. So when you're starting to look back at the past and your spiritual aspects of the past to achieve this goal this week, you need to look back at there'll be other areas there, but what resonates with you in that heart? What resonates with you to help you go forward? Now, you've got another little bud coming up here, and you've got a few. Look at look at your guides, Sally. The leaves on them. That particular flower has just really masculine leaves on it. It's not like a water lily that has the big round leaves. This needs to. You need that advice needs to be really direct and really clear for you to get a good understanding of it. So get that area of it. The background is blurred, which means it's irrelevant. You know, what's happening in the background at the moment is irrelevant. Really, really focus on this. It's like the flower is looking up towards this area up here, which is really, really significant. So if this is the past and this is the future, here we have spiritual, down here is more of the physical area. It's definitely looking up to the spiritual past. Okay, so that's your Sal. That's what you need to do to get through your week for this week. So I will remove that one. And the other person I promised was Brian. Now, Brian isn't on today. So I'm going to do another randomized one for Brian, because Brian's been really supportive of me. And it's really nice when you can have those people pop on every now and again. Sandy, the Michelle, Aaron, when you have somebody pop on, because you feel like you're achieving a little bit more. Like it's like, you're not just talking to yourself. Oh, cool. So Brian, here's your number, 36. All right. And here's your flower for the week. This is pretty. I like this one. It's a tiger lily. Okay, open this one up. I'll share the screen so you can see what your picture is like. Okay, so Brian, this is yours. How crisp and clean is this? How distinct it is. And there's the heart center in it. So with this, I love those depths of color, but they are really, really deep. So with what you're doing this week, Brian, to achieve your goals this week, you have to be putting out there. Look, it's a little bit flamboyant for you, and it may not be you, Brian. I'm not sure how you are in person, but this is telling me you need to be a little bit more out there to achieve your goals. If you want something, put it out there. Whether you're asking on Facebook, whether you're asking at work, whether you're I don't know, a posting, marketing, you need to be a little bit more out there and put it out there. So even if it was, say, a relationship or finances, whatever the goal is for this week, whatever you wanted to focus on this week, you need to be a little bit more flamboyant, a little bit more out there. And when we look at the shape of the petals, they are very elongated. They're very masculine in behavior. Even the heart center is very masculine in behavior. So you need to be strong and direct. You need to be not wishy-washy. You need to be very, very clear. And even the guides, the leaves are telling you that the support you're going to get in the physical and in the spiritual nature will be of a masculine type of behavior. Maybe that's how you need your information. Maybe that's the type of person you are. You don't want somebody to be, you may want them to be nurturing, you may want them to be gentle, but you also may need them to be very, very clear, very, very crisp on what they're saying and how they're saying it. So for you, Brian, Number 36 for you is be a little bit more out there, be very clear on what you want to say, and be very direct. Okay, so that is yours, Brian. Now, if you want to pick a number between 1 and 100, you can get a flower reading. The last person I wanted to do, not the last person, but one of the people that do support me is Glenda. Now, Glenda, I'm going to do a randomized number for you too, between 1 and 100, and your number 72. So your goal this week to achieve your goal is this picture between 1 and 100. Let's share this screen. Oh, this is interesting. So we all have different reasons for these pictures. Now, this one has a lot of the first thing I bring up with this one, Glenda, to achieve your goal this week. Maybe you don't want to watch this one. We see all the water around it. Okay, see all the dew, the water around this particular flower. Water in a flower is emotions. Obviously, water is all about emotions. So what this one is actually saying is that there's going to be, to attract what you need to attract to achieve your goal, is you're going to need to be emotionally connected to it. I would say you need to use your emotions, but I don't like emotional manipulation. That is not something that is at all on the radar. But I'm suggesting you need to be open with your emotions. And I know that a lot of us can hold on to them and keep them back and keep them down. But for this one, Glenda, you need to be open with your emotions. You need to be allow those emotions to be part of the attraction to who you are. Now, if this was a relationship goal, I would be saying you've got to be a little bit more heart-centered, even though in a relationship goal, for an example, if you had just met somebody, I would be saying to you, use your emotions, allow those emotions to come through, be open and honest with them. But at this stage, your heart is actually closed. At the moment, your heart is not fully open. So you're not fully open to that person. To become fully open with that person, if this was a relationship goal, I would suggest then you need to be emotional in the context that allow you to talk about your feelings. Now, when we talk about our feelings, we can still be emotional. We don't have to be teary or upset or angry. We can still talk about our emotions without having them be reactive. The reason behind that is because we have feelings and we have emotions. Emotions are our outward sign. Feelings are our inward. And emotions we express externally. Feelings we hold in, okay? And this flower depicts that completely. Your feelings are held in, but you need to still express those emotions outward. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, that's it. That's our flower readings for today. That seemed to work out quite well. People wanted to engage and everything else. So I do thank you for letting me try that. I hope you enjoyed it. Just leave any feedback if you like. Thank you, Aaron, Michelle, Sandy, and Sal, all for turning out. That was really cool, considering I didn't put anything out there. But I think I'll just continue with this. This seems to be a little bit more of a it resonates with me. So I do thank you for that. I'm now doing intuitive messages of love. If you want to, instead of just sending flowers to somebody, if you want a flower image that you intuitively pick, it doesn't have to be between 1 and 100, whatever flower image you want, I can actually create a video that expresses your love for that person and how you see that person and all those 16 elements that it can be in a flower image. So that's what I'm doing. You'll see that on the website, intuitivenature.com.au or theartofintuition.com.au. But that's me for today. Thank you so much. I will catch up with you next Tuesday. That felt good. Okay, bye guys.